welcome back everybody, and we are picking back up with lesson 4 in how to make your own music video. Last time we um, we chopped up the video to get it to fit as well as matched up the audio, so now we pretty much have our body all together, and we will now work on the transitions. So not every scene, which each of these little clips will be called scenes or clips, whatever makes you feel good. But what we're going to do is put transitions on some of them. We probably have enough to do most of them. So let's go on and get started. At the beginning of the video, and what we want to do, we've got our menu items here: media, audio, titles, transition, effects, elements, and split screen. And over time, we expect to go into all of these, but today we're going to go into transitions. And with that said, we click on transition and see our library of different transitions here. So what we'll do is look at the transitions down here that as you can see is kind of lengthy. They also have downloadable ones, so if you keep scrolling down, it might pop up. I'm not sure, but sometimes it does pop up and it has a little arrow that shows what's downloadable. But you've got quite an amount of transitions to choose from, as you can see. I don't use a lot of these. I used this one here the other day, but I haven't moved into using a lot of these yet. I haven't seen a real requirement that put me there yet, but eventually I'll get to it. But what I have been using a lot of is the guys above these, which I really like a lot of them. So anyway, let's go on and start with one of them, and we're going to put it here. So because the space is so tight, we're going to click on our timeline here, click it down, that's left click, and just move it over to the right. This will give us a lot more space, as you can see, to insert transitions. So let's start off with that one. Again, you can preview all of the transitions by just clicking on it and pushing play. So let's see if that's something that looks interesting. Although I must say, one of my favorites is this one here called Cube, because it just I don't know, the simplicity of it moving from one scene to the next or one clip to the next is just in your face. And so let's go on and start with that one then, and we'll drag it down and put it right there. And again, I mentioned it before, with these transitions, you could put them at the beginning of one scene, you can put it at the end of another scene, or you can put it right in the middle of both scenes. Now, let's go on and see the differences between doing these things. So we'll drag our marker to just before, and we'll push play and see what happens. Okay, that does pretty much what it's supposed to do. Let's see what happens when we put it at the beginning of scene 2, if there's a different effect there. About the same. And we can expect to see the same thing by putting it in the middle then, because that's usually the effect that I get when I put it in the middle. We have some kind of glitch that pops up from time to time, as could be expected and programs. Sometimes they just do their own thing, but usually you can get them back under control. And at the worst case scenario, you would want to get out of that program or shut down your computer. So just because that happened, that serves as a reminder to me that I need to go on and save this. So since we have a name for it already. We're just going to scroll down and hit Save Project, and that's going to save it, and we can keep going. So even if it does crash or freeze now, worst case scenarios, we'll go back to the last position we were in. Okay, so now we've got our first transition in. Let's go on and put in our second one. Let's see. I like hearts. Let's see what that one looks like. Okay, it's kind of subtle, but you see a heart in the middle. I'm going to hit play again so you can look right here, and you'll see a heart start small and open up wide. See that? So depending on the length of the transition, you might be able to get a really good view of that heart. So we're going to drag that down and put it here, and here we'll expand the length of it, so you can drag either side of it and pull it out and it'll expand. So if we pull it out that far, which is quite a bit wider than that one, that indicates it's going to take more time to do its thing. So let's put the marker here and hit play and see what happens. Did you see that? It took its time. Now I'm going to shorten it just so you can see the difference. So we're going to shorten it down to that, and it's going to happen real fast this time. I hope you saw that, but if not, we'll make it a little bit longer so you can actually see the length of time it takes. Okay, so that took a little longer. However, I like the longer one so that you have a better chance to see the entire effect. So let's bring that back out here, and we'll start there. Push play. Drops you right into the next scene. So we'll leave it there, and we'll just keep on moving along. So let's see, what's this? Let's see what that one does. That's kind of subtle. I want to have more drastic transitions so that they're highly noticeable. That one's a bit more noticeable, so we'll go on and use it. And I see the next scene coming up is a picture of my reggae hero Bob Marley and his son Damien. So we'll put it right in here, and we'll see what it looks like. And if it doesn't suit our needs, we can always grab another one. That was pretty cool. Of course, some of them go real fast if you want them to, and so what we'll do is we're going to drag this one out too and make that a little bit longer as well, so we can enjoy that effect a bit more. There we go. So now that you have a rough understanding, we're just going to go on and randomly grab some. Here's one that's a swirl. I really like this one too. So we'll put this one here. And this one here, for some reason, you'd want it to be shorter than longer because it just comes in and zaps you. Watch what I mean. And I'm going to make that one even shorter just so you can just get a quick zap of the swirl and go to the next scene. I like that. Okay, what's this one do? Okay, that's a flip. That's okay. But let's keep going to see what else we can get here. Okay, I kind of like that. We'll stick that in here. And what we're going to do is drop in a couple more and see what... Oh yeah, that looks interesting. Let's see what that looks like. going to go on and randomly select a few transitions so we can see what all of them look like bundled up. There's another type of swirl. What else do we have? Let's see what that one is. We'll try to get some drastically different ones in so you can see the effect of many different ones. Here's a star that reminds me of the heart, so we'll hit that and see. That's similar to the heart, but we're not going to use it right now. I think that one looks interesting. We'll put that here. And I should probably alternate between putting some of these transitions at the end or the beginning of scenes, but like I said, I kind of like it in the middle. It gives an even balance, so that's where we're going to do it. But go ahead and experiment on your own and see what you like. This is all about what you think, what you like, and what you think will work for your project. This one I like because it breaks down the frame into different cubes. However, it looks like these two scenes are pretty much the same, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it, but I'm going to use it here and put something else in here. So let's see what that something else is. There's one, I call it the snake, and I really like that one. It's like a ripple effect. So let's find that one. There it is right there. And it's called Butterfly Wave Scrawler, but I just call it the snake. And we're going to grab that one and put that one in here. And what else can we do here? Okay, let's see what that is. Not much. It's something. Now this one is something for sure. So let's use this one and put that there. And I see a couple of different scenes. If we expand this, we'll see there's a small little clip in between these two larger clips here. Let's see what that is. Okay, that was really quick. What we can do in an instance like this is put a transition here at the end of this one and at the beginning of that one, because that, and again, we can stick something in by just expanding it, but I'm not going to bother. So let's just keep it moving. Okay, we'll use that and stick it in at the end here, except we'll shorten it. Well, actually, I double-clicked by accident and cut that there, so we're just going to hit our back arrow, and that solved that problem. And now, I'll shorten this quite a bit. Actually, I don't have to, because it looks longer than it really is because we had the scene expanded, so that's about an average size. We'll leave it like that, and then we'll stick. This one's an interesting one too. It's like a page turner, which you'll see shortly when we review this. Let's see how much more we got to do. We're about halfway through. But in the interest of time, we're going to go on and stop there, and we'll pick back up on transitions part 2 in our next video, and we'll just finish this up, and then we can start on titling. So, to wrap things up, let's just see what we have so far, and we'll start at the beginning. a good taste of what we've done so far. And like I said, in Transitions Part 2, we'll go ahead and finish up all of these placements here and hopefully have enough time to get started on titling, which would be in this menu area here. And just to give you a quick rundown, you'll see a whole bunch of different titles, and we'll get into some of these in our next lesson. Thanks for sitting in and joining us. Hope you picked up something new, and happy video editing.